Andre Stefano just passed his real estate exam in New Jersey. Place special in my heart as I have a brother who lives in New Jersey. And you are ready to go, so take it away. What's going on?
I am. Thanks, Joe, for having me. Yeah, so I passed my exam like February 24th or so. So between that time, it took me a few tries. I did it about, I would say, 3 or 4 times. So it wasn't right away, but the most important part is you can't get discouraged. You have to keep on studying. PrepAgent really helped me with that. I focused mostly on the vocabulary from your recommendation, and that seemed to really help. It was really great to kind of get those flashcards, and the practice exams sort of helped as well, but more or less the vocabulary is definitely what got me past the exam for sure.
So what now?
So what now is I actually am very excited. I just signed on with a brokerage full-time on Friday. I signed up with the Keller Williams office in my area. And what was really important to me in finding a brokerage was not necessarily about the commission splits or any of that stuff. More or less, it was about the training and the people. And at this office specifically, I have a really great support team. I signed on with a coach who has been really helpful, just even from getting me onboarded and all that sort of stuff. I actually sat in on one of their training sessions on Friday, which was awesome. We learned more about their new command system that they're rolling out, so that's really cool. And then I have a coaching session essentially every week. Once a week we meet and we sort of go over my goals and strategies to reach those goals. So that's really awesome. I did just want to touch on a little bit of what's going on now. Obviously, everyone's sort of freaking out a little bit about this whole pandemic that's happening. And, with business and schools and everything closing, we do kind of sort of have to adapt, and it's tough, but we're all going to get through it. It's going to be okay. What I was thinking essentially on my own side was, I know it's discouraging to be brand new in a business and brand new in a career and not have any sort of direction of where to go next out of your own control. But you just have to remember you are in control. There's a lot of things we can do to supplement not doing face-to-face with other people. There's also a big thing is marketing your social media channels, right, was so huge because they're going to have so much presentation in the society with people home being on their phones, computers, tablets, etc. Everyone is going to be so online and so plugged in that having your marketing out there right now is huge, even bigger than before. It's definitely going to be a big proponent, I think, of growing business in the future. So then when we are ready to get back into everything, it's going to be so much more beneficial to have that social media going.
In other words, stop being a victim and do something about it.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. You have to be proactive, especially in this business. I mean, I think thinking outside the box is so important because if you don't, you're going to get caught up in the whole rat race of everyone else. You have to be that agent and set yourself apart because your clients are going to see that, and the public is going to see that, and you're going to be that go-to guy. The other thing I think is really important is sort of teaching yourself and gaining the knowledge about the industry itself. So as I mentioned, I necessarily didn't pass the exam on the first try, which, was discouraging, but you can't give up on it because it's something that you just have to keep working at. If you really want it, you have to go for it essentially. And what I was doing in the meantime, while I was ready to pass my exam, was I was really looking into essentially being able to grow my business before I'd even started, if that makes sense. So I was networking a lot on LinkedIn. I was reaching out to people in the field, such as like lenders and things like that, and photographers, videographers, people I know that I would need and would be helpful and would behoove me to network while I'm in the industry itself. So meeting those people was really helpful because now I have some solid connections that I'll be able to reach out to in the future when I do get started. And the other thing I think that's really important is to remember that, like, in this business, it's very important just not to be afraid of rejection. So even if you don't pass your exam on the first time, it's okay. Just keep going. You'll get it eventually. It's just something you just have to work at. And also just learning in general. I read a lot of books by Ryan Serhant. He's probably one of my favorite mentors, Barbara Corcoran. And just being able to kind of take those people's aspects and those people's approaches to the business and what made them successful. So I think all those things taken together and put into account is really important to just get yourself out there and get going.
You read my mind. Those things are awesome. I wish more people had the mentality of not being a victim. You don't pass, more time to set up your marketing and network. There's a pandemic. Well, sit home and build your Instagram. Do what you could do.
Absolutely.
I mean, people got to realize, like, real estate is a person-to-person business, but most of the work is not done in front of other people.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. I think it's more or less about building your brand and building your image. And I think right now, while we're stuck inside and we can't do anything, there's really no excuse. You can't say, oh, I have to go do this. I have to go do errands. No, you're literally sitting at home. Do something and be proactive with it, because, you know, it's not going to do anything but help you in the long run.
Totally. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's it. I think the most important part to hit home is that, like, even though we're in a situation right now where we've never really been before and it is unprecedented, it's not an excuse to kind of sit down and sit back and just feel bad for yourself. You can't feel sorry for yourself. You're not going to get anywhere by that.
Especially when you're not alone and we're all going through it. It's an even playing field on this one.
100%. Everyone's going through it and everyone's helping each other. And I think, you know, even in the community on Facebook and through social media, everyone really is sort of banding together, which is really nice to see, that everyone's sort of reaching out and being a sort of a community more than anyone else has really seen. So that's really nice to see.
Cool. So now pronounce your name so I don't mispronounce it.
Yeah, it's Andre Stefano.
Andre Stefano. I want everybody to look in the links below. We're going to put links to all your information. Point down below to show notes. There you go.
Yes, please go follow me, grow my social, and I will do the same for you guys.
All right. Thanks so much. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.